Here on this project I graded 2 years ago. Trying to make cake out of poop here. Well, the snow melt comes off of here and it came across the road and it washed all of this shoulder off, made a mess, and then it went back down the road here and cut a great big trench in the road, crossed the road, cut another big trench. It does look like there's quite a bit of pit run, but it's weird. I mean, I'll go places and come over a hill and there's lots of material, and then as you go up the other side it gets really skinny, which tells me that depending on which way they dumped, as they were going over the rise it got thick, and then as they came to the hills they ground it down thin. Oh, so I'm still hacking and coughing. They said give it a few days after I got done taking the Z-Pack, see what happens, but I still don't feel good. My voice isn't all there and I'm still hacking and coughing, so I may have to get some ivermectin and try that. Everybody says ivermectin, so. Oh, somebody mentioned I needed to get some blood work done, see if it's COVID. Well, it probably is COVID, I don't know. It's sure lingering on. Jake had it. He had this cough for weeks. I know another guy, younger guy, said he had a hack and a cough for 6 weeks. Well, I think I'm about getting there. I'm probably 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks with this. So, anyway, I hope I don't die. I'm a fairly healthy guy for my age. I eat right. I take Geritol. All right, well, back to work. In order to fix the problem with the water running over that, I have got down in what was supposed to be the ditch. And I've winged all that stuff up here. I may have to make one more pass to see if I can pick up some more of the cobbles and make it look like this. But all these giant bones are just gonna have to go out there and get wasted. So the ditch is absolutely full of gravel, big gravel, and 3/4, and it extends way up in here. And there's only 2 scenarios that I can think of. If you look at the size of the rock they were bringing in, I mean, some of this is 10 and 12 inch minus. I don't know what the spec was for this, but in my county, they require 12 inches of pit run. So if you're gonna lay down stuff that size, you have to lay it out 12 inches thick. You can't go in small lifts. You gotta go 12 inches thick, and you push out to the end, and you let all these giant boulders roll off, and then as you dump again you cover them with the finer material, and you do that again and again. So the only thing I can imagine is that they were ending up with all this stuff, nowhere for it to go, and so they rolled it over in the ditch thinking Well, that'll keep it from cutting the ditch. I mean, so this is a place where there's actually some 3/4. This is great and nice, but when you have to do this, you lose a little bit of 3/4 every time. Jeff will fix it. All right, boys and girls, Jeff's got this ditch cut, and I pulled some of that material back. But you can just see the size of the cobbles, and they rolled them out, let them fall in the ditch and filled the ditch up. So I winged it up, I carried it all the way across. This is where the water came across the road and damaged it through here. I filled all the holes up down there. I got it looking 10 times better, but man, I'm telling you what, if I got to do 7 miles of this is gonna take some time. Anyway, still didn't get rid of all the organics. Look at the size of the rocks in here. That's a big 12-inch, if I've ever seen one. That's huge.
But I really get her going, and I give out my big 10-inch.
All right, so I need my engineer friends to tell me what they do to fix this. So she's cracked here. It's moved. As you can see, there's absolutely no shoulder. It's been this way for years and years now. The water's going in it and just exacerbating it. And it's getting quite a hole right here. So obviously the material is going somewhere in here. Now there's a pipe right there. That could be they didn't backfill the pipe well enough, and it's running down through there. But my thinking was just to take that slope. It's clear down, the ditch is full, the rocks are rolling out in the road, to just start taking that stuff and going back and dumping it on the outside. But really it's got problems all the way around where you see the red clear up into here. So a guy'd have to take a lot of this material and put it out here to support it. Or probably the more engineered way would be to take this asphalt off. It's probably about 400 or 500 feet of it, and then cut all this down and move it out there and water it and compact it and bring it back up. So there's a nice big wide shoulder here, and just take a lot of this hump out of here, because as you can see, that slope up there, it's pretty steep, and you know, to get back up there with a cat or something and bring that all down, be a tough one. I don't know, give me your ideas if you ever had to deal with something like this. I kind of think it's done moving, because it's been this way for years. 2 years ago when I came up here, it looked just like this, other than it didn't have that hole. And that's pretty much right in line with this culvert that goes down the hill. So I want to give you my 2 cents on why that slid. So if you've got a hillside that goes like this, and you go clear up here, and you start cutting this down, and you start spilling this fill out here beyond this, well, guess what? This more than likely doesn't have any compaction. And so I kind of think that's what's happened up there, because that crack, I mean, it's been there for years and years, and I think this part has settled, and that's what's caused the crack. And it depends on how big the cut was before you know, it came out here. How much did they spill out here in this area that was loose? So it just depends on how steep your hillside is. I mean, if you've got to come way in the heck up here and then come down on an angle like that, and the whole time you're spilling material out here like this, you've got this massive area in here that's uncompacted if all you're doing is cutting with a dozer and letting it roll out. So that's my thinking. And the water that is in the ditch, they've got water here. If that sinks down and saturates all this, the whole thing's gonna go. If that material will hold water and turn to paste, it'll come down. If it's got a lot of rock in it and material that releases the water, it'll probably be all right, but they just got to get rid of the water. And then I kind of think that all the guys got to do on those cuts where there's the ditch and here's the road and it comes out here and then bam, off like that, is you just got to go into these and start dumping material off out here. And you got to get a shoulder, and yeah, this is going to be uncompacted, but you got to have something there to protect it, and then just patch over the bad stuff and see what happens. I don't think it's going anywhere if you get rid of the water, but that's just my 2 cents. I talked to the guy that worked on this way back when they did it, and on that big cut, he said he had a D8R. So he had to start at the top and bring it down, unless they went clear down and benched it. And as he brought the material down, it went down here, and they filled it in. And talking to him, I don't think that's what happened. So if I'm incorrect, David, please correct me in the comments below. Anyway, tell me what you think. Certainly I got some engineers that watch my channel. Oh, looky here, we got water. I'll bet that's their problem. Right there, there's a spring in here. There's water running. Look at that. I didn't notice that till now. There's your problem. Uh-oh. That might even be more serious than I thought. Yeah, it's coming out of the hill. And it's culvert's plugged up. Something. It's not taking it. So it's saturating this in here. That's why everything's green. There's a spring there. That ain't good. That's got to get made to drain. That has got to drain. If that's not going to drain, I can see why it's doing what it's doing. It's not running out the culvert. And it's saturating underneath here. If that's not fixed, it is going to fail big time. That's why all those trees are nice and green. Uh-huh. An epiphany. So I'm done with the grading. Tried to fly the drone, but I got what I did. It's too windy up there and the drone kept beeping at me. Wanted to land, so I landed. Okay, but up here picking up the grader. Thought I'd try to fly the drone today, but it's blowing Mach 5 today, so it ain't gonna fly. So I've got her chained down, ready to go. So I chain it on the back, cross chain it, and then cross chain it here. The pivot lock is engaged. It's illegal to go without the pivot lock. And then I run one chain through here and loop it around, go to the other side, and then I use 2 binders. It's probably not legal, but that's what I do. And it just rides like magnets on iron. So let's back under, see what happens here. What happened? What happened? Did they come loose? Not bad. Oh, and I gotta put a chain through that or shove those up under here where the cops can't see them. Probably should just put a chain through it. These will tighten up quite a bit because they're gonna pull a lot of weight down on those tires. Oh, hey Jim Kratzer, remember when we put all these nuts on with your Milwaukee? Have I got a loose one on here? Yeah, it was right here. It's tight now, but I'm probably gonna have to pull the wheels off and double check the inners, but I tightened it by hand. Oh, there it is, right there. This one. Loose as a goose. We either missed it. I'm betting we missed it. Anyway, thank goodness for right-hand threads on the right side and left-hand threads on the other. That way they don't come clear off. I've got a lug tool, but I don't have a crossbar to put in it and tighten it. I don't know, I may look around and see if I can find something. Oh, and look, that thing's undone again. And I had a zip tie through here holding this up right there, and it broke, probably because it was made in China. Yeah. So did we miss that nut, Jim, or was it your Milwaukee? I don't think it was your gun. I'm betting we missed it. Something happened there. I am feeling a little better. I'm not coughing as much. You know, those, yeah, I better put a chain through those in a binder. We are now super legal, are we not? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains and 2, 4, 6 binders on it. So for those of you in the know, am I legal? This grader weighs about 45,000, and let's see, this says, I don't know what they say. So these are 3/8 grade 70 chains. Woohoo, China. That one says China. It says, how come I can't read that? Working load limit. Holy cow. So it says working load limit 5,400 pounds. And then this one says, what does that say? MBS, maximum braking strength, 19,000 something. So what's the correct number? I thought whatever the rating was, they give you half of it. Don't tell me they only give you half of 5,400. If it's the working load limit is 5,400 and the maximum braking strength is 19, what is that, 19,300? What's the correct rating on that binder and the chain? I don't know what the chains are rated for. They're grade 70 3/8. So if I'm 45,000, do I have enough chains on it? Technically, I'm assuming you probably have to have one around the circle too, huh? Technically. Yeah, I don't know. So I should have stopped somewhere and got me one more flag for the other side, but I don't got one. So Chris Heileman gave me some really cool magnets. I need to get some more of these, and then you get rid of this wire and then you can just hook the magnet on there. These are really powerful magnets. So what I've been doing is just putting it through here. And then they'll get stuck. So I need some more of these. I brought the magnets, Chris, and I planned on getting some more of these, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And I thought, well, I could swing into my Napa. I know they got those, but there was nowhere to swing in with it. All right, so I'm gonna go clear up here and around to get out of here. I don't know if you want the dime tour or not.
to Chicago about an hour ago. I'm rolling down the Dixie, man, I'm flying low. Eating up the miles like a big dog gnawing up bone. I'm headed for some loving and a home-cooked meal, riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. I called up my baby down in Alabama. She said I'm in the kitchen baking country ham. I really love a mess and I ain't got a thing to wear. I said all you need's that apron and your red high heels. Come on, 400 horses and 18 wheels. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. Man, you can't imagine how it makes me feel. Just a cloud of smoke and a flash of steel. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. How I make my dough. I take it where you need it and I won't go slow. I haul anything from a bucket to the 4th of July. If you need it there tomorrow, I can do the deal. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. Man, you can't imagine how it makes me feel. Just a cloud of smoke and a flash of steam. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels. 400 horses and 18 wheels. Man, you can't imagine how it makes me feel. Flying down the highway like the man of steel. My baby says it gives me lots of sex appeal. I keep on trucking and I keep it real. Riding 400 horses and 18 wheels.
So I brought the grader to the Cedar Hills Gun Club. Apparently Jake's gonna do some more work for him. I assume he's gonna gravel that parking area. So I gotta make it through this gate. I corkscrewed it around in here. Make it through the gate and then get out and walk back and shut it. Anyway, they need a lot more parking in here. They have events. I think they had one where they had 300 people last year, so they need a lot more parking. Scoopy's here. The GoPro on doing a time lapse on top of the grader, but the wind got so bad that apparently it decided to tip up, so you can't see nothing. I haven't looked at the footage to see where it did that, but you probably got a good look at the underpasses, a quick dirty look. All right, go shut the gate.
Buddy, come here. Come here. Come see me. Come here. Griffey, come here. Come here. Yeah. He's a good boy, aren't you?
Mr. Griffith's been out here eating some bones. He's got one over at the house. You gonna go get the one at the house? Go get your bone. Yeah, I'm not gonna go get it. No, I'm not. So, I cleaned up all the old rollers and the front idler and the segments. Had my younger brother come down, loaded them all on his truck. But the local recycler, Mill Creek, only wants to give him 50 bucks a ton, so I think he's gonna dump them off at his place and save it for when the price comes up. So I've cleaned up a lot of my mess, and I put that 100-ton ram under there and jacked up the cat and put some iron under the sprocket to get it up so that when I come on with the track frame I can get it in there. But I'm probably gonna have to do something different because I don't know if I can get that track frame on. I know I'm not with that long piece sticking out of there, so I got to find something different here to do to get that up. Anyway, I got online. I got an account with American Crane and Tractor, and I've ordered the new bearings that go in the diagonal brace. They're a great big one piece. I thought they were two piece, but they're not. So I need to get the welder. I got all this cleaned up. No more junk here, so I can get in here and work on it. So I either got to get out the press and press them out with this hollow center jack, or get the welder going, weld them, and get them out of there. So I ordered those, and then the big shafts that go through here. And I ordered the wear strips that go on these collars right here. And I'll get those back, that idler back out and those collars off, and put new wear strips on. And then originally I was just going to run these top rollers, but they're cupped pretty bad, so I called my buddy Cody at DCM Parts. I'm going to get 4 new rollers, top rollers, so everything. GoPro quit on me again. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'll get 4 new top rollers, so pretty much everything undercarriage wise is new. I've sort of caught up with my work, sort of, but not. Yeah, but I'm gonna get my butt back on this and get going on it. Man, I've just had no energy to do a lot. I haven't filmed a lot. Filmed some of that stuff up there. I could have done a better job of it, but I didn't. It's hard to do it when you don't feel good. So anyway, hopefully I'll be back 100% soon. Got a lot of work to do. I'm sitting staring at it right now, all the work I got to do. So I'm gonna get busy and get going on the cat and get it done, because I need it.